For today's a quick review of the week, I'm going to work questions 13 through 18. So the beginning of the week was for us to find out whether the number was positive or negative. So question number 13 here says the stock market went up 1,400 points, right? My value, if I own stocks, it went up. So my value increased. So that's a positive value. So my answer here will be 1,400. This is a positive value. If the stock market went down, then I would have represented as a negative value. Question number 14 says 60 degrees below zero. I want to call that negative 60. Don't have to worry about the degree sign. Just worry about the value, the number, negative 60. Now, question 15 and 16, we're putting our numbers in order from least to greatest, right? From smallest to largest. So I'm going to look at the negatives first, because the negatives are always smaller than the positives. So I have negative 121, negative 352, and negative 15. If they were positives, I think with positives, we don't struggle. If they were positives, I would say 352 is the biggest, and positive 15 will be the smallest if they were positive. Now in negatives, it works the other way. Negative 352 is going to be smaller than negative 121, which is smaller than negative 15. Right? In my negatives, in these three negatives, negative 15 is the biggest and negative 352 is the smallest. I don't have a zero, but I have positives 537, 54, and 780. So I'm going to say 54 is going to be smaller than 537, and 780 is the biggest. Now looking at number 16, when it comes to negatives, I have negative 12, negative 5, negative 8, negative 5, and negative 7. Okay. From those, which one is the smallest? I will say negative 12. If they were positive, all of them, if they were positive, yeah, 12 would be the biggest. But when it comes to negative signs, it worked the opposite way. So negative 8, then a negative 8, negative 12, negative 8, and negative 7. Now, negative 5, I see it twice. So I will write it twice as well. I don't have a 0, but I do have a positive 13, right? Negatives are going to be to the left of the positives. Negatives are smaller than positives. Question 17 and 18 is a review of our inequality signs, right? They look like arrows, or I mentioned they look like a mouth. It wants to eat the bigger part. So the mouth is open towards the bigger number. I have a negative 25 and a positive 12. Positives are always bigger than negatives. So I'm going to write this as a mouth that wants to eat the 12. It wants to eat the bigger part. Notice how my smaller number, I ask myself, if the first number is smaller, I'm going to read that sign as less than sign. If the first number is the biggest of the two, I'm going to read that as the greater than sign. Right? In this case, my small number is first. So I'm going to read that as negative 25 is less than 12. Now, let's take a look at number 18. I'm going to compare negative 13 and a negative 21. Negative 13 is bigger, so I'm going to have this mouth wanting to eat the bigger part. Because my first number is bigger than the second number, the sign, we call it greater than sign. So I will read this as negative 13 is greater than negative 21.